This might feel a little bit like deja vu to you guys, and that's because I was here at the same spot filming the same video not too long ago. Only this time, I've got a much bigger camper. I actually had to move spots because there was somebody over there with the leaf blower going around and around and around over and over, which would not be good for the video. But anyways, this is it. New rig, new camper, new truck, both used obviously, new to me. Let's talk about it. Actually, you know what? Let's just get the advertisement out of the way right off the bat. That way we could go the rest of the video completely uninterrupted. And yes, without the support of my sponsors, a rig like this, it wouldn't be possible. So, I would like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding. RVmattress.com is a Brooklyn bedding brand. Try saying that 5 times fast. Brooklyn bedding brand, RVmattress.com is a Brooklyn bedding brand well known for their top of the line quality and comfort. They have a wide variety of firmness options, heights, and different dimensions, even non-traditional RV specific sizes. So no matter what your specific needs are, RVmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding has got you covered. Another couple awesome things that I should mention is that they have their own factory here in the US, in Arizona, and they ship right to your door for free, anywhere in the US at least. Like I just mentioned, they ship right to your door in an extremely easy, convenient package. They come rolled up, you just open up the box, unroll the mattress, and you're ready to catch some Z's. When searching for a mattress, I needed a very specific dimension for my camper, but at the same time, I also didn't want something too thick because as you could see, I'm pretty limited on headspace as it is. So if I had a mattress that was too thick, then I would just have less headroom and so on and so forth. And on top of all of that, I, of course, wanted something that was going to be super comfortable. Now I ended up going with the Dream Foam Essential in a medium firmness and a 6-inch thickness. And let me tell you, it has been so comfortable. I've had the mattress for about 4 months or so now, and I get a much better sleep with this mattress than I have with any other mattress that I've owned. Each mattress comes with a 120-night sleep trial as well as a 10-year warranty, so you can rest assured that you'll be completely satisfied with your purchase. Later this month, RVmattress.com is going to be running some amazing Memorial Day sales, so make sure to head to RVmattress.com/Jonathan or just click on the link in the description box down below so you can get the best deal on a new mattress before summer season begins. Also, don't forget to use promo code Jonathan for 25% off. All right, folks, so here it is, the new rig. This isn't gonna be an official tour of the rig per se because I want to wait till I get things a little bit more dialed before I do a full detailed tour. So for now, I'm just going to give a brief overview of some of the main details of the truck, of the camper, and then we could get into the reasons why I decided to switch to this larger setup, because obviously it's a bit larger of a setup than I've had in the past. Let's just get into some of the quick details, starting with the truck itself. The truck is a 2000 Ford F350 four-wheel drive, 7.3 liter Power Stroke diesel, which is a legendary engine. And it's a 1-ton truck. It's much larger than the Tundras that I've had. It's much larger than the Tacoma that I had in the not so distant past. And the main reason that I decided to go for the 1-ton diesel truck was just because the Tundra and the Tacoma, they handled those campers that I've had decently for what they were. I mean, you do have to add a bunch of modifications to do it like relatively safely, but even then you're always just under your payload capacity or even over your payload capacity. So I didn't really like riding around all the time knowing that I'm pretty much right at my capacity, if not a little bit over. That was not only limiting for pieces of gear that I wanted to bring that I couldn't, like, you know, dirt bikes or kayaks or whatever extra gear. I just couldn't really factor that in because I was already maxed out at my payload capacity as it was. And then also it didn't really feel that safe. Like, it did feel safe enough. So that's why I went for the 1-ton truck. There's other reasons why I got this camper, which we'll get more into later, but that was my thought process behind getting into a Super Duty full-ton truck. We got manual locking hubs up front, as well as some Wild Peak AT3W 285/75 R16 tires. Again, we're not gonna do a whole tour, but I just thought some of you guys would like to know. They are E-rated 10-ply tires, of course. And to tie down the camper, I've got torque lift frame mounts. I just had these installed on the front, or the rear, and the front over there. And I've got these torque lift, fast gun, tie down, quick lock, quick release, thingy-mabobber. These are like pretty much top of the line for tying your camper down. And the camper. Actually, you know what? Before we talk about the camper, I have some footage of the adventure that I went on to go get the camper, so I'm gonna play that first, then we'll come back and we'll talk about some details. Today's a big day, guys. It's only been about a week since I was hurt, since I put myself out there and I took a chance and I got hurt. So not much time has passed and I am in such a vulnerable state still. But you know what? To find the perfect one, we have to be willing to put ourselves out there and to take risks. So here I am today, getting back out there. All right, that was a little bit dramatic and I was totally just being sarcastic and kidding. I'm gonna go check out a camper today. And it's not a very close by camper, so I am taking a little bit of a risk by going on another mission like this. But like I said, it's a risk that we have to take to find the right camper. This week we are finally getting some nice sunny warm weather here in Oregon. It's been like 6+ months of just rain and cold day after day, but it's gonna get up into like the high 80s this week, which is crazy. And honestly, high 80s is a little too warm for my liking, but after having such a long streak of cold, rainy, cloudy weather, I'm like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to kayak and paddleboard and fish and go out to the lakes and swim and just do all the fun summer stuff. I'm ready. Bring it on. Idaho? Nah, you. This is it, guys. It's freaking sick, huh? I'm not gonna show you too much right now. I'm sure I'll be giving you a little bit of a tour. Hey, buddies. I'll give you guys more of a tour a little bit later on, but for now, we're just gonna load it up into the truck. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Okay, that's a connection down here.
Cheers. I got it. I got the camper. It's a very cool camper. It rides on this truck like so much better than the Bigfoot rode on the Tundra. Obviously this is a full 1-ton truck, so it could carry a lot of weight, and it handles the camper like a beast. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. It's so cozy in here right now. It's just so cozy. Tonight, I'm camping in a casino parking lot. By the time I got the truck all loaded up and got food and did all that, it was pretty late, so I decided to just keep it simple. Drink a couple beers and enjoy. What a long, long day. Nighty night. First night in the camper was a success. Very stoked with the purchase. Yes, that's my tailgate in the back seat. I had to actually remove it to mount the camper. I'm gonna work on getting the camper back home now, so I'm just gonna pass the video to future me. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that little glimpse into what it took to go get the camper. The casino that I stayed at was pretty quiet, surprisingly, and the bed was really comfortable. Everything went pretty smoothly, but I am excited to take it out on a real test run very soon. Okay, I digress. Let's get into the details of the actual camper. This might look like a beast of a camper when you compare it to the Bigfoot that I have, when you compare it to the Slumber Queen, but in all reality, one of the best things that I liked about this specific camper was it was a lot more compact and a lot less feature heavy than some of the other campers that they make for these full-ton trucks. One thing that I found was you get a full 1-ton truck thinking like, okay, cool, now I don't have to worry about weight capacities. But then you start looking at the actual campers that they make for those trucks and you run into the same problem. They're so big and so heavy with so many features and slide outs and just all kinds of stuff that although you have a 1-ton truck, you're basically right at your payload capacity with one of those as well. So I wanted something that was, yes, going to fit this truck, but also not going to be completely like RV sized as far as weight and dimensions. This, like I said, a little bit on the smaller side for a 1-ton truck. It's only about, the guy said it was like 18 or 1900 pounds, which I have a hard time believing. It's probably about 2200, I would guess. And my truck's payload capacity is about 4,000. So the fact that it takes up such a small percentage of the payload capacity compared to other campers, that was a huge selling point for me. If you'll notice here, there's no sag. I mean, the overload springs are barely engaged, and this is completely stock. This truck has no suspension modifications, no camper modifications, and the fact that it's not sagging and the overloads are barely engaged just makes me feel a lot better about carrying the camper. I do plan on eventually doing some suspension upgrades and whatnot, and that will just increase the off-road capability of the truck. Nothing crazy, I'm not gonna go rock crawling, obviously, but you don't really do that with a camper no matter what, unless it's like a pop-up. Now, the camper is a 1999 Northern Light. I know it's another older camper, and you would think that I would try to steer clear completely of the older campers, but again, back to my budget, especially when I had to buy a truck and I had to do a bunch of expensive repairs for this truck, which I'll tell you a little bit more about later. An older camper is just all I had in my budget. But this time I went through and I made sure to scrutinize every little crack and crevice and make sure that there was no damage. It was obviously well taken care of. The guy I bought it from was actually living out of it for the last 5 months, as opposed to those other people I bought the Bigfoot from where it was just sitting forgotten in their side yard under the rain, so on and so forth. So I'll just do a quick little walk around of the exterior. Just want to give you guys a good idea of how nice everything looks. We got a basement down there. There's a couple storage compartments on the outside. There's a ladder, which is really cool. I could either, you know, mount snowboards and stuff to the ladder, or I could obviously get up onto the roof a lot easier. Another cool part is that this camper has electric jacks. I'm sure some of you guys out there share the pain of having to deal with those leaky hydraulic jacks and going from corner to corner, and it's just a mess. It's sketchy, it's horrible. So having electric jacks is gonna be game changer. Continuing over to this side, nothing too crazy or exciting, but as you can see, it's just in awesome condition for its age. I got 2 propane tanks in here. I don't know if you can see, but there's two of those. And I've also got an outdoor shower, which will be super awesome for rinsing off, spraying down fishing rods, spraying down whatever gear outside. I'm not gonna lie, one of the things that sold me the most about this camper were the sweet teal, aqua, blue decals that I had also similarly on the Bigfoot. One of my favorite parts of the Bigfoot and just like how it looked was that aqua blue decal striping. I just thought it looked so cool. So when I saw another camper, a larger camper that fit my needs that also had the blue decals, I was like, I really hope this camper works out because I love the look of the blue. And it's rare. It's rare on these bigger campers, especially the Northern Lights. I don't know if I've ever seen another Northern Light that had colored decals. Usually they're just like black and gray. So since this camper sits so high up, it's got these really cool, nifty scissor jacks, I believe they're called. Or not scissor jacks, what am I talking? Scissor steps? Are they called scissor steps? I don't know, they're steps. And then you got this nice staircase to walk right up into your house. This handle also folds in when you're driving, which is nice. Come on in. Man, it is getting hot outside. So if I start sweating profusely or getting red, don't worry, I'm okay. It's getting warm. But I'll tell you, it is a welcome change. Anyways, this is it. What do you guys think? I've got this 3-burner stovetop that looks really nice. I've also even got an actual oven in this camper, which is awesome. I'm gonna be making pizzas, all kinds of things in this oven, so that will be really fun. Check this out, check this out. Running water, that is a game changer. I haven't had actual running water in a rig in a long time. I only had it once and it was very brief. So I know it might seem simple, but this is like luxury for me. Oh, there's even hot water. Now that's just, to a lot of people, you're probably like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty basic. Like all campers have hot water. I never had hot water, so I never even thought about adding hot water. So the fact that I have hot water to wash dishes and stuff, that's pretty exciting. If you're wondering what this contraption is, it's basically just like a cutlery holder thing that the guy had taped to the counter. I'm gonna remove this. It probably is just gonna get in the way, so don't need that. Just wanted to point it out in case you're wondering what that is. Down below the sink, got a few different drawers, so plenty of storage options. So this is a heater that the owner actually added to the camper. It's the Olympian Wave 3 catalytic heater. It's a pretty good heater, but the only issue is it doesn't actually vent outside and it doesn't intake air from the outside. So unfortunately, it does produce a good amount of condensation. Eventually, I will upgrade to a diesel heater at some point. There also is the normal furnace that came with the camper that vents outside. So if I really need to, I could just use that. Over here, nothing too exciting, nothing out of the norm. I have a nice large dinette to eat at, to have extra table space to cook at, to work on my laptop, to have friends over and sit around and just hang out around this like large dinette. And I want to point out that I really dig this plaid pattern. I know some people might think that it seems a little outdated, but to me it just adds character. Like honestly, this camper has so much more character than some of the newer campers. Like I actually checked out a 2012 Northern Light camper as well, and it was nice, don't get me wrong, but it just felt a little bit generic. It was a little bit boring. This, with the plaid and some of the other touches, this kind of suits my style a little bit more, I would say. Up above, as you can see, I have 3 very large cabinet doors, as well as tons of space in there. This entire thing actually unhooks and folds down for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, that's kind of strange. I don't know exactly why it does this or what the purpose is, but it does it, so I figured I'd show you. Up above the kitchen, nothing exciting, more storage cabinets here. This is my control panel that I could monitor my battery, my tanks, turn on the water pump, all that kind of stuff. Nice large storage cabinet there. We got a speaker and a television. You know what? I can't lie, guys. This is actually the entire reason why I wanted a different camper, so I could have a television. Just kidding. That's absolutely not a reason, and I really didn't. I guess it was a cool bonus that there is a television. There's even like a satellite on the roof if you really wanted to like get cable networks or whatever, but I guess it'll be fun to watch movies on this instead of my laptop, so it's pretty cool. Over there, we got some storage in the bed area. Notice how this is an east to west facing bed. Most beds in the campers that are made for heavier duty trucks are north to south orientation, which is nice, and there are benefits for that as well. But what I like about the east-west orientation is the overhang it doesn't stick out nearly as far as it does on the north to south campers, which just allows the camper to weigh less. And I think that going down the road, it's just a little bit better to drive. It does a little bit better off-road than the campers that have a really big overhang. So that was just another benefit for me. Now, I'm not that tall, so this works great for me. If you are a very tall person, you probably wouldn't really want something with this orientation, but to each their own, right? Here's the original furnace, storage. This fridge was also put in brand new not long ago. It's a very nice 2-way fridge. It only runs on propane and 110 volt. So I will be running it off of propane, but apparently it's extremely efficient on propane, so that is not really a drawback for me. So yes, these days there are some highly efficient 12 volt refrigerators that draw barely any electricity. So that probably would be my first choice, but this is still a very nice unit, and you know, maybe one day somewhere down the road, if I really wanted to, I could have a 12 volt fridge put in. But right now my battery system wouldn't even be too conducive of that, so it is beneficial to have the propane fridge in here for now. I've got a fantastic fan up here, as well as one of those Camco covers that allows you to keep the vent open while you're driving. Pulls air in, sucks air out. Pretty basic, but very nice addition in here. And this is pretty cool. I got a radio, a Bluetooth radio, and some speakers. Phew! No camper of mine is complete without an escape hatch. All right, folks, and that is pretty much everything. Oh, I forgot, hold on. I have a bathroom now. I'm sitting on my toilet talking to you guys. I got a sink right here, I got a shower. It's a complete bathroom. It's kind of bizarre, honestly. I know a lot of you guys out there are pretty hung up on the bathroom. I mean, I got comments all the time of people saying, "Where's the bathroom? Nice camper, but no bathroom. Couldn't do it without a bathroom. Where do you go to the bathroom?" And guys, I'm a backpacker. I'm used to just going out into the woods, digging a hole, having, you know, a water bottle or whatever in the camper, and that's been totally fine. I have had no problems with that system. So the bathroom being in here, I guess it's pretty cool. I mean, if it were up to me, to be honest, I would just take the bathroom out completely, have more kitchen counter space to cook on, some storage underneath, maybe even like a wood stove or something. That would be much better for me, but nonetheless, we have the bathroom. The plumbing for the bathroom is something I'm not looking forward to, but I'll tell you, the person who is happy about the bathroom is my girlfriend Tessa. She found out that I was considering a camper with the bathroom, and she was like, yes, I support, do it. You should do that. We'll go camping all the time. I'm game, do it. So expect to see Tessa in some adventure videos soon to come. Okay. It's kind of cramped in here, so I'm gonna get out of the bathroom now. Oh, but before I do get out of the bathroom, I will say that I have a shower in here now, and a hot shower after a long day of snowboarding or snowshoeing or doing whatever out in the snow, being cold all day, a hot shower is probably gonna be pretty nice. Can't deny that. All right, guys, I think we just about covered everything. Now, again, this is not a detailed tour of the rig. That will come in another video in the future, but for now, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a general overview of the camper. Now, I want to quickly go over some of the reasons why I decided to get into a bigger truck, a bigger camper, just a bigger rig in general, and take a step away and move away from the smaller truck campers that I've had in the past. To keep things simple and as concise and brief as possible, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick recap of the general reasons. There were many different factors that contributed to my decision, but I don't want to get into all of that right now. So let's just quickly go over the main ones. First of all, more space. Like I mentioned, my girlfriend wants to come out on more trips with me. We have adventures planned, we have longer term travel potentially planned. So I needed something that was just gonna have more space for multiple people. I want to get a dog. I have a cat who can hopefully start traveling with us soon. Yeah, I just needed something that had more space. Second of all was the weight capacity of the half-ton trucks. We talked about this earlier. I didn't want to keep driving around a camper with a half-ton truck. I couldn't bring enough gear that I wanted, and I just didn't feel completely safe. Yes, I could have gotten a heavier duty truck with a smaller camper, but if I'm gonna have a heavier duty truck, I might as well have a little bit more space and comfortability inside the camper as well. Third was winter travel. Winter travel involves a lot of gear, a lot of jackets, a lot of stuff drying out. It got really claustrophobic really quickly in those smaller campers, and I want to do a lot of longer form winter road trips this year and in the future, you know, go from ski resort to ski resort. So in order to do that, I knew I was just gonna have to have something that was more spacious and more comfortable to spend long amounts of time in the winter. So those were the three main factors. Again, there was all kinds of other things that we could get into later on in other videos, but for now, that's the bulk of it. That is the main primary reasons why I decided that, you know what, the Bigfoot camper is not gonna work. These small truck campers are not really gonna work. And in reality, there really wasn't much of a benefit at all of having a smaller camper like that. Like, originally I thought that, okay, I'm gonna have a smaller camper, so I'm gonna be able to get further into the backcountry. I'm gonna be able to go up more trails since it's a smaller camper. But the reality is, those trucks, if you have a hard-sided camper, you're not going off-roading, you're not getting into the backcountry. The trucks can't handle that much weight, and that's, you know, your center of gravity is so high up and you're so top-heavy that you're not doing any off-roading. So my main reason for ever wanting a smaller camper was pretty much canceled right away. And I guess the only real benefit that I could see is just having a smaller, more nimble vehicle to drive around. So like parking in parking lots might be a little bit easier, but that's really it. I mean, even after just driving this around for the last couple days, I've gotten used to it, and it's really not a big deal at all. So I think it's just, for me at least, it was just a hesitancy. Like, I didn't really want, it was almost the idea of having this like large truck and larger camper. It just felt excessive in my mind. So that's why I stuck with the smaller setups. But as as you saw, this camper, one of the things I really like is it's not excessive. It doesn't feel excessive. I checked out a couple other campers that just felt a little too much like an RV. I was like, I don't need something like that. That's too much. But this is perfect. This is comfortable. It's pretty small still, and it really it's perfect for my needs. And the fact that it was just in such good condition, it was well cared for, it was clean, everything works, everything functions, which was another huge thing. I needed something that I could just get in and go. I didn't want to spend any more time with renovations and changing this and fixing that and doing this. I just wanted something that I could get in, everything works, and I could go. Obviously, like with any other rig, I probably am going to be changing some things over time, updating, upgrading, but that's just how it goes no matter what camper or whatever your rig is. Anyways, I'm super stoked with the camper, like really, really stoked and happy and excited to get back out there and go on more adventures, make more films, make more videos. Things are about to get back to normal. Things are about to get exciting. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys like the camper. Thank you guys like always for watching. You guys go out there, go on some adventures of your own. Live life. Beat the status quo. Y'all know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.